Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we'll create a detailed mechanical drawing using FreeCAD's Tech Draw workbench of the cylinder, which is the part you see on the screen. On the left is an isometric view with some nominal dimensions, and on the right is a section view, only for illustration purposes and showing the nominal sizes of all the internal details. Okay, so let's jump right in. So in FreeCAD, this is what the cylinder looks like. It was created also using a spreadsheet, so all the parameters can be adjusted. Okay, but that was a topic of another tutorial, so let's jump into the detailed mechanical drawing. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to orientate the cylinder in the 3D view in the correct orientation, and we're going to set it to the right view. Okay, so that this view is facing us. Okay, what we do then is we go to the Tech Draw workbench, and we open a template, insert page using a template, and we want the A2 landscape UP default template. Okay, so we can open that. Then what we do, I just want to delete this quickly. Okay, so there is the page that we've just inserted, and you will notice that the scale is, the default scale is set to 1 here under the property menu. Okay, if so, we need to change that to 2 and enter. Okay, and then with that done, we go back to the cylinder. Okay, I just want to also save my file quickly, save as, and I'm going to call this cylinder demo. It's obviously important that we save it in the correct folder. Okay, and just as a side note, so keep your virtual and physical environment clutter free when you do design. Okay, that's a good rule of thumb to abide by. Right, so we select the body cylinder, go back to our page, and we click on this icon, insert multiple linked views of drawable objects. Okay, over here you can see the scale is set to page, which we've previously set now to 2 to 1, which is correct. Okay, we can drag that somewhere there. We also want to see the top view. Okay, and we want to unselect this auto distribute button. Okay, with that done, we can drag this a little bit more, just space it nicely. Okay, we can apply that and we can say okay, that's perfect. The top view we can now in the property menu select true for lock position. Okay, so what we will do next is we are going to insert a section view. Okay, so we select the top view. Let me zoom in a little bit, and we click on this icon over here, insert a section view. You can decide whether you want to look left or look right if you like. Okay, let's select this one, that's fine, and we can place it. Okay, somewhere here, that's fine. Okay, that. Alright, so with that done, we will we will also say lock position true. And what I want to show you is this line. This line should obviously not be there, and you can in Tech Draw make that line not visible by selecting it, clicking on this icon over here, and where it says visible true, we go to visible false. Okay, and now it's as it is supposed to be. Right, so that's that view. What we will do next is we're going to insert two detail views. The first detail view is in the, okay, we obviously need to okay that. So the first detail view is in the top view. We select the top view and we click insert the detail view. Okay, you can drag, highlight, to drag it a little bit somewhere here. We want to show details of these holes. Okay, the radius we can increase a little bit, something like that. Let's do it like that. Okay, and the scale factor we will use not 2, maybe 3. Yeah, I think that will work. Okay. Okay, we'll put it there. That's fine. Okay, I've just seen here that our section view. Okay, so we double click on the section view in the model tree. This opens this window on the task panel, and we need to insert an identifier as A. Right, so we can okay that. Now it's perfect. Okay. Alright, so there is our detail view. We're happy with that. And then in the what we also need to do is we need to lock the detail view. Lock position we want to set it true. Okay. We're also going to add another detail view in this of the section view. So let's quickly do that. So we select the section view, we click insert detail view, we say drag, highlight, we drag it to somewhere here. Okay, the radius we can increase to about 20. Let's just see what that looks like. That looks fine. Let's just drag the detail view over there. The scale we once again going to make it, okay, we can make it 3. Okay, so all we had to do was to recompute the detail view, and now everything looks right. What I do notice is that this is detail view 1, which is fine. Okay, and this is now also indicated as detail view 1. So let's just see if we can change that quickly. Reference, yes. Okay, so the reference will be detail view 2. Okay, so there we go. So that's 2. That's perfect. Right, so now we can start our dimensioning. Okay, so the first thing we do is we decide what is our primary datum, which is our primary datum, and that is going to be, if I go back to the 3D view, our primary datum is this cylinder bore. That's going to be our primary datum. Okay, so, and what I'm going to do is in section view AA, I'm going to indicate that as the primary datum. So there's a few things we need to do. So the first is we want to add a center line. It needs to be horizontal, and it can extend by 3 millimeters, and we want a dashed dot line. Okay, and we can also reduce this to 0.15, the line or the weight of the line. That looks perfect. Okay. Alright, so now we select, press and hold Control, select those two vertices. We want a horizontal dimension. Okay, so it's 12 millimeters. we're going to set it over here. Okay, I just need to quickly go to FreeCAD main. We want the Control Shift commands, and we want the diameter symbol, Control C, go to FreeCAD, double click the dimension, we say Control V, diameter. Okay, we also want in FreeCAD main, we want the tolerance finder. Okay, the nominals or the basic size is 12 millimeters, and we want an H7, that's correct. So we can enter. So here you can see for the hole it's plus 18, 0. Okay, so you go to FreeCAD. It's not equally toleranced. It's plus 18. So here we enter 18 and 0. That's fine. What we also want is in brackets, we want capital H7, and yeah, I think that's fine. And then what we also want is okay, we can okay that. We want to insert an annotation, okay, because we want to apply the envelope principle, okay. So going back to our PDF, so we will copy the envelope principle, Control C, click on default text, click on the 3 dots, Control V, okay that. The rotation of this annotation needs to be 90 degrees. Okay, and then we can move it in position. We can consider to increase the text size. Let's make it 6. See, that looks better. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay. Okay, if we hide the frame views, that's perfect. Okay. Now all we need to do is we need to add datum. Okay, and in order to do that, we will say insert a balloon. Okay, let's insert the balloon. There it is. Okay, now we double click the balloon. The text is going to be datum A. The bubble shape will be square, and the end symbol will be a filled triangle. The kink length is going to be 0, and okay, I think that's fine. We can okay that. Right, so now we need to change the origin position. Minus, yeah, so it's between, okay, let's make it minus 31. That looks okay. We actually want this, yeah, okay, we'll change that in a little bit. The Y origin, let's just, yeah, make it minus 0.3, maybe minus 0.5. Here we go. Happy with that. Okay, so over here we need to change this to minus 31. Then it's nicely aligned. We'll change the size of the triangle in a little bit. We can make that minus 15. Okay, or even, yes, that's better. Okay, minus 10. We're happy with that. I think Here we go. In symbol scale, that's what we want to increase to 1.3, yes. Right, so that's our primary datum A. We're happy with that. All we also want to do is add a surface roughness symbol. So in order to do that, we will insert a symbol from an SVG file. Okay, we go to our FreeCAD main. We want surface finish 1,6. Okay, and there it is. Our symbol, let's put it roughly in position. We want a scale 0.5, 0,5 rather. Let's do it like that. Yes, that looks fine. Okay, and now we simply want to. That's perfect. Okay, so we're happy with that. We can file, save our drawing. Right, so our primary datum is selected. Now, what we need to do is let us now see what other feature of this part is very important. Okay, so the way this cylinder is functioning, it's sliding against this surface here at the back as the simple oscillating steam engine rotates. So this surface is also extremely important, and it's important that that surface is parallel to our primary datum, and then also relative to other datums we can tolerance this surface. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Where we're going to do that is let us add, I just want to see, yeah, so we're going to work on this view, the top view. Let us remove some of these lines. Let's just select them. We need to zoom in a bit more. Okay, there we go. We go to this icon, we say visible false. There we go, I'm happy with that. That line we want visible. Okay, we can okay that. This line, that icon, visibility false. This line, okay, that. This line, this icon, visibility false. Okay, we can okay that. And then, yeah, over here there are actually two lines overlapping. So select that line, select this line, click this icon, we say visibility false. We can okay that. Right. Okay, next we will put a surface roughness symbol to indicate the roughness of this bottom surface, this datum B. And how we do that, we click on this icon over here. You have to make sure that you go to the FreeCAD main folder, surface finish 1.6, and there it places it roughly in the middle of the page. Alright, so we double click on the symbol. While we click on the symbol, select the symbol, and then go to scale, and what we'll do here is we'll use a scale of 0,4, which is also this. Let me just update that quickly or recompute that. Here we go. I actually also want to change the scale. No, it's already done. So I changed the scale of this symbol also to 0.4 to make it a bit smaller. Right, so that's perfect. Now, what we'll also have to do here is we cannot rotate the symbol through 180 degrees because then the text is upside down. So what we'll do is we'll rotate it through 90 degrees. We'll place it in this location, in this area, and then we'll add a leader line pointing to the surface. Okay, so let's quickly do that. I just want to move the symbol out of the way, and then with the top view selected, I'm creating a leader line. I say pick points, and I come here and I say, and I select to, can zoom in a little bit, get them as horizontal as possible, and there we go. So we can also change the width of the line to 0.15. The start symbol will be none, the end symbol will be a filled arrow, and we can say save points, and we can say okay. Now you will notice that the leader line actually disappears and it only shows the filled arrow. Okay, so to fix that, what we need to do is select the leader line in the model tree, and then come here in the property view. Here the last entry is auto horizontal, and we need to set that to false. Okay, and if we now recompute, you will notice yes, okay, we'll have to first let's double click the leader line. Okay, so we now edit the points. Both points are on the same location, so let's move the 1 point in that area to that region, and we say okay. First save changes, and there we go. Now we can see the leader line is in the vertical direction, and it's not fully straight, but we'll edit it in the property window under waypoints. Okay, if you select the 3 arrows over here, you click on table, you drag it up. I'm not sure if it's very visible on your screen or visible enough, but what you can see here is my waypoint 1 is at 0, 0, 0, and waypoint 2 is at 3,8. Yeah, let me highlight it. So that's waypoint 1. This is the start point of the leader line. This is waypoint 2. Okay, so this 3,896, we need to change that to 0. The y coordinate is fine. Okay, let's recompute, and now you can see my leader line is nice and vertical. Okay, so what we do next is we simply drag the symbol now until it touches the leader line. Okay, so there we go. We can save that. Okay, so our next step is to add a GD&T to this surface. If I can show you on the 3D view. So we want to first of all constrain the parallelism of this surface relative to datum A. Okay, so let's quickly do that. We select the top view, we click on balloon. If I can find it, there we go. There's the balloon, insert the balloon annotation. Okay, and we click. Right, so what we do now is we want to first of all just change the line thickness. Here we go. Yeah, alright, so you double click on the balloon. The line width is 0.35 as a default. We want 0.15. That looks a lot better. Okay, and alright, so now we need to open our FreeCAD main folder, and it's this one over here. Okay, let's maximize it, and what we want is parallelism. So it's that one over there. Let's copy that, Control C, go to FreeCAD, and we want Control V, parallelism. We want a rectangular bubble shape, Shift backspace, and we want 0.02 or 0.02 rather. Shift backspace relative to A. Okay, we're happy with that. We can, if we want to. Yes, I think let's do that. Something like that. We can say okay to that. Right, and now we just need to change the location of the arrow. Let's do, okay, 15, let's do minus 15,5. That looks good already. 60, no, that's too much. 15,5 is perfect. That's the Y. The X we can make 28. Let's make it 28 on the nose. This X, yeah, 36 seems okay. Yeah, it seems okay. Alright, so we're happy with that. Yeah, it looks fine. Right, so, right, I think that's good enough for now. We'll get back to this geometric dimensions and tolerancing in a little bit. So far we've dimensioned the primary datum, we've also dimensioned the location and the length of the cylinder. Okay, so let us now dimension a few, the width, and for that we're going to use this view. So we select the vertex, press and hold Control, select that vertex. Okay, 20. And now I just want to show you, you will notice on my computer for some reason this leader lines are quite thick. So how do we change that? There is a way of doing that. Let me just see, this is the front view. Okay, so that's that dimension over there. Now if you go to view, I think it's view. Yes, here we go. So you select the dimension and you go to the view tab, and there you can see line width 0.35, and it should rather be 0.15. Okay, so that's a lot better. Now we go back to the dimension and we are going to apply an equal tolerance. So that's fine, the default is fine, 0.1, and we only need one decimal place. Okay, remember to press the left arrow so that you are in the right location here. Okay, so we can okay that. We can then add, right, so our strategy now is going to be, we're going to specify the mid plane of this cylinder block, the mid plane. We're going to specify each parallelism relative to datum A, and we're going to also specify it as a datum. Okay, so let's do that quickly. Alright, so the first thing we do is we select the front view, click insert the balloon annotation, select, okay, drag the balloon double click. This is going to be for the moment, yeah, I'm just going to name it G. Alright, for the moment. It's going to be in a square block. The end symbols will be a full triangle. The line width will be 0.15 and the kink length will be 0. Okay, so if we zoom in a little bit, you can okay that, and with the balloon selected, and let's refresh it quickly. Okay, that data balloon. Yeah, we want the data tab of the balloon, not the view tab. We want the data tab. Okay, and then we once again change the x coordinate. We want to make it not 9.5, not 10, minus 10.5. Let's see, minus 10, that looks good. Minus 10,1, no, 10,05, that looks perfect. Okay, and the y origin, 29, 28. So 29, let's make it 29. Let's make it minus 28,9. No. I actually want to make this, yes, that's better. Minus 10, minus 28,9. Let's just see, 29,85, 8, yeah, 8,8 is perfect. Right, so we then go here and we want 28,8, 28,8. Here we go. The x we can change slightly, we can make it smaller. There we go. So, alright, so later on, yes, okay. Okay. So, yeah, the letter itself doesn't really matter as long as it ties up with whatever you specified using that letter. It must tie up. What I mean by that is this GD&T that I've specified relative to datum A makes perfect sense if you look at the location of datum A. Makes perfect sense. So if you reference datum G somewhere in your drawing, it must make sense logically that you are referencing datum G. Right. So yes, so what we want to specify now is datum G is the mid-plane, as I said earlier. We also want to specify the mid-plane's parallelism relative to datum A. So let's do that quickly. Okay, we select the front view, insert balloon annotation, we click, double click. Okay, we go to our GD&T symbols, selected, Control C, parallelism. We go to FreeCAD, we say Control V, Shift backspace, and we say 0,05, Shift backspace relative to datum A. We want it to be in a rectangular box, that's perfect. And the leader line should be 0,15 and there should be no kink, so that's 0. Okay, so now we change that and we say yes and we refresh, and let us now do X. Okay, let's see if 10 is good. 10 seems to be perfect. Okay, we want to lift that slightly. 28, 29 is too much. Let's go 29. Let's go 28,8. That looks good. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, so what we want to do here now is 28,8. And the X we can reduce slightly. Here we go. Alright. Okay, so that's done. That's done. Okay. So let us now next dimension the height of the cylinder. Okay, so in order to do that, we select that vertex, press and hold Control, select this vertex over here, and we put a vertical dimension. Okay, we are going to use the equal tolerance of 0,1, and we will change the format specifier. Left arrow 1, there we go. Okay, and what we want to do here is the mid plane once again in this direction. The mid plane is going to be our datum, or is going to be a datum rather. Right, let's just in view we want to change the line width to 0.15. Okay. Alright, so select the front view, insert the balloon, come close, and now we drag the balloon to the desired location, double click. This is going to be datum D. Okay, we want a square block. The line width should be 0.15, there is no kink, and the end symbol should be a full triangle. Okay, so we can okay that. Now we go to the balloon. We need to go to the data tab, and the Y, let us make that minus 15,4, minus 16,4, minus 16, minus 16. That actually looks okay. Yeah, I think minus 16 is fine. Okay, so X, we want to change it slightly. Minus 21, minus 22, minus 22,1, it's 2,2, there we go, that's perfect. Right, so we'll change the X of the second coordinate to minus 22,2. There we go, and then it's perfectly in line. Okay, so we've got datum D. Now what we'll do here is specify a surface roughness. We'll specify the orientation of the top surface, and also the flatness. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Once again, we select the front view, we click on insert a balloon, we come close. Right, and now we drag our balloon out, we double click the balloon, and we are going to say we want perpendicular. So we select it, Control C, go to FreeCAD, Control V, Shift backspace. We want 0,05, Shift backspace relative to datum A. Okay, we want a rectangular bubble, that looks good. We also want the line thickness to be 0,15. Okay, I'm happy with that. Around there we should be fine. Okay, so note now, ladies and gentlemen, the leader line is not in line with the leader line of the dimension, which means we are referencing the top surface. Okay, so if I can just show you on the 3D view, we're specifically referencing this surface. We want it nice, or we want it perpendicular relative to datum A, and so this is how we indicate it on the drawing. Alright, let's just see if we can adjust the leader line position a little bit better. In the X direction, let's do minus 18,6, and over here we also say 0.6. No, that doesn't work. 5, 4, that looks good. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Anyway, it's visually I've set it, which is good enough for what we want to achieve. Alright, so we're happy with that. What we also want to do, okay, remember this perpendicularity symbol not only constrains the orientation of this top surface, it also constrains the flatness. The flatness cannot be greater than 0,05. Okay, so if we want a flatness that is better than 0,05, we have to specify that as well, and that's exactly what we want. So let's add that quickly. Okay, there is our symbol. We want a flatness. Okay, just be sure you select the right one. Shift Control C. Oh, sorry, Control C rather. Go to FreeCAD, and here we say Control V. Shift backspace 0,02. Shift backspace. That sorry, we don't need that backspace. Alright, so note this flatness is now less than this perpendicularity. It will not make sense to use a flatness here that is greater or equal to the perpendicularity that we've already specified. Okay, so in this case there's not going to be an end symbol. The line will also not be visible, but the line width needs to be 1,15, and so we can either put it at the top, which I think is okay, or at the bottom. It doesn't matter. Alright, as long, okay, I just want to zoom in here. There we go. Alright, I'm happy with that. Okay, that's perfect. Right, so we've specified the perpendicularity and the flatness of that top surface. Okay, so next we will also specify the surface roughness. So let's do that quickly. I just need to OK this. Let's save our file. Okay, now we say insert a symbol from an SVG file. We once again want the 1,6. Okay, and we'll place it in that vicinity. We want to scale it to 0,4. Okay, there we go, and we want to place it in position. There we go, perfect, we're happy with that. Okay, good. So what we will do next is we will specify this top surface as also as a datum. Okay, we're going to need that because when we specify the locations of these holes, we want to reference that top surface as one of the datums. Okay, so let's do that quickly. So we select the front view, insert the balloon annotation, bring it in close proximity, double click. This is now going to be F, datum F. Okay, we want a square block. We want the line width to be 0.15. We don't want a kink, and we want the end symbol to be full triangle. Okay, bring it to where we want it, more or less, and we will okay that. And now we go to the okay, we can just change this to something like -1,4 if you like. The Y origin we want to make smaller. Okay, let's see, 16. That looks good. Okay, and so this X value we want to change to -1,4. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, we can save that. Okay, so next we change our attention to detail view 2. Okay, now there are a few things we need to also fix before we can start dimensioning. The first is, let's remove that line over there. So we select the line and we change its visibility to false. Okay, next we'll hatch the relevant surfaces. Press and hold Control, select all the surfaces, and then we say hatch using an image file, and we can make this maybe 1,5. Okay, alright, that looks good. Now we're going to add center lines, so we select, press and hold Control, select those two faces, click this icon. We want a horizontal center line, and we can say okay. Okay, that line should be a not a dashed line but a dashed dot line. There we go. Its thickness can be 1,5. Right, we do the same for this surface. We say add center line, it needs to be horizontal, needs to be 1,5, and it needs to be a dash dot line. We can okay that. Okay, next we select, press and hold Control, select these three faces, enter a center line. It needs to be vertical, it can be 1,5. I'm just noticing something. Dash dot, so the color should actually be black. Okay. There we go, that's better. So this line and that line, to change its properties, color needs to be black. Okay. Right, so now we do the same. Okay, over here we can't add a center line, but what we can do, we can select that vertex, press and hold Control, select this vertex. Okay, we need to first okay that, so let's just do that again. Select the two vertices. Then we say add a cosmetic line. It's okay. Right, now we select the line, click the icon with the pencil. We want it a dash dot line. The weight needs to be 0.15. We can say okay. I just want to see something. Anchor point. Yeah, I would have liked. Okay, let me delete the line quickly. Let me delete. Ah, goodness, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, if you want to delete a line, you need to select it and press this eraser. Alright, so let's do it again. Let's select the two vertices. Say line. Now here we can change the y coordinates. Okay, so for the second point we can make it maybe, let's make it 3 millimeters longer. For the first point, let's make it minus 11. Sorry, minus 17. Let's see if that works. There we go, that's better. Right, so now we can select the line, press the pencil icon. We want it a dash dot line. The width needs to be 0.15. There we go, that's perfect. Okay. Now we also want this surface. Press and hold Control. Let's we can okay that. Press and hold Control. We want a horizontal center line. Needs to be black. The thickness needs to be 0.15 and it needs to be a dash dot line. Right, now we can start dimensioning. Okay, so this hole over here is going to be, or the axis of this hole is going to be a datum. Okay, so we select the two vertices and we press and hold Control, select the two vertices and insert a vertical dimension. Okay, what we will do, okay, now we go to our symbols. We can select, Control C, go to FreeCAD, double click the dimension. Sorry, before what we want here is Control V, diameter, and a single digit is perfectly fine. Equitolerance is fine, so we'll put plus minus comma 1. Left arrow 1, so that's what we need over here. Okay, so with that done, we can then say oh, okay, so let's okay that. Now we select the dimension, we go to the view tab, we go to line width, we change the thickness. Okay, right, so we now want, as I said earlier, the axis of this hole to be datum, a datum, which we will reference for the orientation of the other holes. Okay. Okay, so how we do that is, okay, we select the datum the detail 2 view is selected. Insert a balloon. Come close. Alright, we place it. We double click the balloon. This is going to be datum C in a square block with a filled triangle end symbol. The end symbol, okay, we'll scale it in a bit. The line thickness is 1. We can okay that. Now let us move in the X direction. 12 is too much, 11 is too little. Let's go for 12 on the dot. No, 11,9. Let's see, 11,95, 11,9. Yeah, I think that's fine. The Y origin, -2, -3. Let's do -3,5, 3,6, 3,55. That looks good. Kink length should be 0 and 3,55. Oh, 11,9. Okay, so this X should be 11,9. 11,9. Right, that looks good. Now the X, 11,95, 11,93. That looks better. 11,93. Okay. Okay. Now if you, yes, there we go. We double click the balloon and we can scale the end symbol. Okay, so let's scale it. I think 1,3. That's exactly what we want. Okay. So alright, so yes, before I forget, we do need to dimension yeah. Okay, we do need to dimension the location of this distance as well. Okay, so to do that, we will need, I think we will need, let's just try. I just want to try. Yes, it works. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I basically only selected the line and that point. Okay, we can, for that matter, okay, let me delete that dimension. I just want to see. Oh, now I'm changing this. Okay, now, but I think it's for the better. Oh goodness, that's not what I wanted. See if we can manipulate this thing. Yes, there we go. I think that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So what I want to do now is select that line, press and hold Control, select this line. We want a vertical dimension. I want to put it here. that isn't ideal. I wonder if this won't be better. Put the 9 there. I think that's better. Okay, so and we can for that matter leave this dimension with the thick lines. It looks actually, I think it works. Okay, so it's a theoretical exact dimension and there is only one digit necessary, 9,0. Okay, now we can okay that. With the detail view selected, we insert another balloon, bring it in vicinity, and we will say positional. Control C, go to FreeCAD. Control V, Shift backspace, diameter. Control C, Control V, and we're going to say 0,2. Shift backspace relative to datum F. F is our primary datum. Shift backspace. A is our secondary datum. And B, yes, B is our tertiary datum. Shift backspace B. Okay, we want it in a rectangular box. Yeah, what I'm gonna do now is okay, let's just change the line thickness. We make that 0.15. Kink length 5. Okay, that's 6 now. Right. Balloon, let's just go none. Okay. Balloon, let's go to X origin -12. Okay, we want to make the something like that. Okay. It shifts in any case. Okay, X, let's just see, -11, -12. Yeah, 0.95. Oh, okay. Not sure. Okay, it's almost there. Okay, I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay. Yes, alright, so we now have a datum with which we can reference the other holes. Now obviously you'll specify the depth of this hole as well. I'm not going to do that now, and I'm also not going to dimension all of these details. What I want to show you is how we can actually use this hole as a datum in specifying the orientations and locations, rather, the positional tolerances of these holes over here. Okay, let me quickly save that. Okay, so on this view, this detail view, we also need to remove the unwanted lines. So we can press and hold Control and select the lines, click on the pencil icon, click visible, false. Okay, then here we need to zoom in, press and hold Control, select both lines. I keep on forgetting doing that. Pencil icon, visibility false. Pencil icon, visibility false. That one we also want, that one, that one, that one. False. Okay, that's it. Okay, and now there's another one here. False. Okay. Right. So let us now add a few lines. Okay, we select those 2 points, click add a line. I'm going to OK that. Select those 2 lines, or points rather, add a line, and we'll OK that. Now we can select those 3 lines, click the pencil icon, we want it white, 1.5, we want a dash dot line. Okay, that's perfect. Right, so what we'll do next is just we need to indicate the distance from, because as you can see, hopefully you can see it, but let me show that to you. So I want to indicate the press and hold Control, select that point. We want a this is a theoretical exact dimension. I wonder, I think this can actually work if we put it there, somewhere there. Okay, 1 decimal theoretical exact. Okay, double click it. That's fine. Sorry, we only want to select it. Go to view, line width. We want to change to 0.15. Yeah, there it's updated now. Perfect. Okay, so that's 9. and this distance that distance is 8. Okay, so we'll add it somewhere here, preferably in line. We want data, double click it, theoretical exact, 1 decimal is perfect, and okay that, go to view, change the line thickness to 0.15. Okay, and then you just place it in position. Okay, so that is good, all good. Now the next thing we need to do is indicate the angles. Okay, so we actually only need 2 angles. We only need to indicate 2 angles. So we'll select this line, press and hold control, select that line, and we'll add an angle dimension. Okay, let's cancel that. That's not exactly what I want. So let's use this icon over here. Insert a 3-point angle dimension. Okay, we first need to select the object. So we'll select that point. Zoom in, select the center point and that point. And now we say, here we go, 60 degrees. That's what we want. Okay, and we can extend it a little bit. Click it, theoretical exact, and we say 1. Okay, select it and we go to view and we say line visibility or line width is 0.15. Okay, so that's it. Now, okay, we want, we also want, excuse me, we also want these 3 points over here. Let's just start again. 3 points, 60 degrees, that's perfect. Can drag this a little bit more. Double click it, theoretically exact, 1F, can okay that. Okay, that, go to view, make the line width, 0.15. Come on. Why doesn't here we go. Alright, that looks better. Okay, and now there's one more. The line between that. Sorry, what we'll have to do again is select that point, select that point, select that point. It's complaining about something, I wonder why. Okay, so let's try again. Select, press and hold control. Ah, come. Control. We want control. That's the problem. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Select that point. Place control. Select that point. Now it's happy. Okay. This isn't going to work. Maybe we should. Oh, actually, I don't like that. Let's put the dimension this side. Press control. There we go. That's better. Drag it out a little bit. Okay, we make it theoretically exact and we say 1F. Okay. We go to view and we change the line thickness to 0.15. There we go. Alright. So that will work. That will work perfectly. Okay, so right. So yes. Okay, so what we want to do now is dimension, because we've already dimensioned this diameter. This is datum C, and that's why we dimension the angles relative to datum C. And with these dashed dot lines, we don't need to dimension all of the angles, because the manufacturer will be able to see that those holes are in line and these holes are in line, etc. Okay, so all we now need to do is dimension that hole. It's a diameter 2.5. Yeah, okay, so right, so let's see. Double click the dimension, equally spaced, it's plus minus 0.1, the tolerance value, and the format specifier we can use 1 and 1. Okay, that's fine, we can okay that. Go to the view tab and change the line width to 0.15. Okay, let's put it there. And what I'm going to do now, what I do want to do is just change before the size. We say 2 holes. Just give it a space. There we go. I'm happy with that. That's not gonna work, is it? That's fine. Okay. Right, so now we want to specify the positional tolerance. In order to do that, we go to detail, we say place it in its rough location, double click, we've got a rectangular bubble shape, we go to positional, Control C, Shift backspace, diameter, Control C, Control V, diameter, 0,2, Shift backspace relative to datum F, primary, datum F, Shift backspace, datum A, Shift backspace and datum C. Okay. Our end style doesn't need any arrows. The line width can be 1. Okay, I want to put it there somewhere. Okay. That balloon, we go to data tab, change the X. Let's change the X. And we will actually we are still changing X for some reason, and I want to change Y. Here we go, it's perfect. Yeah. Right. Okay, so we're happy with that. Okay, so all of that's done. Now all that needs to be done is we need to specify the threaded holes. The best location to do that, okay? On second thought, let us do the dimension or the depth of this hole. So we select those two vertices. It's 1 plus minus comma 1. Okay. In 3 places. That's the annotation we want to add. So we can okay that, and we say we want an annotation. Let's move it in position. Default text. So we will go here and we say in 3 places. Okay. Our annotations text size is a bit large. Let's make it 5. Can even make it 4. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so we can save that. And now let us add the lines we want. Okay, so the first thing is we add a vertex, point picker, somewhere here. Okay, then we select those two vertices, we say add a line, and we dot down the x coordinate, sorry, actually the y coordinate, 15,508. Cancel. We select this point, we erase it. Okay, so then we say again the y was 15,508. Alright, I forgot to dot down the x value, so what we can do, I guess, to find the x value is just select those two, but how am I going to change it now? Detail 2. Okay, let's delete that point. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so we're gonna add a point somewhere, a point picker. Okay. Yes, there we go. So 6,5. X is 6,59. 6, let's see, 6,6. Y is 15,508. Okay, here we go. Select the 2 points. Okay, so let's do the same on the bottom. Okay, so it is now 13,908. 13,908. Right, so it's 6,6 and y is 13. Okay. Okay. Select the 2 points, or lines rather. We want a continuous line. 0,15 5 is good. Those two, we can okay that, and then these two lines, we want to make them 0.15. Alright, that's good. So what we do next is we select these two vertices and we say okay, so we have let's see how we're going to do that. We can put it here. Okay, so we double click, we say arbitrary text and we say 3 holes M2 okay, and detail to selected, we can say okay. Insert balloon. Okay, we want positional. Control C. Control V. Shift backspace. Diameter. Control C. Control V. 0,2. Shift backspace relative to primary datum F, shift backspace secondary datum A, shift backspace tertiary datum C. Okay, we want a rectangular bubble shape. We don't want any end style, the line should be 0.15. As with, we can okay that dimension, if we go to view, line size should also be 0.15. Balloon, okay, we go to the data tab. And yes, 0.9 or 9 rather, 9,1. Six. Okay. We also want, if we now, okay, let me just explain this as well. So this positional tolerance relative to datum F, if you remember, datum F is the top surface, and that's the surface into which these holes are drilled and tapped. So it automatically ensures the perpendicularity of the holes relative to datum F. If we want to specify a perpendicularity that is tighter, it wouldn't make sense to specify a perpendicularity that's looser than 0,2, diameter 0,2. So, but if we want something tighter, we can add that GD&T. Okay, so let's do that quickly. So we select the detail, we say add a balloon. Put, oh goodness, okay. Let's delete that one, sorry. Just want to try again. Detail 2, add a balloon in this area. Okay, double click, and we say perpendicular. Shift backspace diameter. Control V 0,1. Shift backspace F. We want it in a rectangular balloon. There is no filled arrow, and there is the line visibility is false. Okay. Oh, sorry, the line width is 0.15, and now we can simply place it. Let's just zoom in, either above or below. There we go. Alright, so okay, that's then done. What we do also want to do is just add, just for completeness, shake, shift and hold control, horizontal distance, you can do it there. Okay, double click, we go okay, and we say here minimum full thread, so it can be deeper but it cannot be shallower than 5, and then we want shift and hold control this vertex 10, and that is plus minus comma 2. Okay, so we will have an equal tolerance, comma 2, 1, okay, here we go. What we do want is just to change those two line thicknesses to 0.15. There we go. Right, so I'm happy with that. Okay, the rest of the detail I'm not going to add to this tutorial. It's already a very long tutorial. So basically what I wanted to show you is how we can make use of a single hole that is positioned. We make it a datum, and then we reference the other holes relative also to that datum C. Okay, so I wanted to illustrate that methodology here. These theoretical exact angles and the theoretical exact radii are all important, obviously. Yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. Right, so with that, thank you very much for watching.